Let's go, boy! Get that big ass a-movin'! Basic Cadet Trophy Boy grabbed me by the arm and hoisted me up like a tackling dummy. He dragged me past the roaring mouth and windmilling arm to the bus's exit. From my perch one step above his broad shoulders, I could see the utter chaos that met each of my classmates as their feet hit Yusafa pavement for the first time. God, I wanted to grab the back of Basic Cadet Trophy Boy's shirt and hang on for dear life. A second later, we were both yanked into the chaotic swell below. I sucked in my last breath of free air and stepped down into the perilous pavement. I almost overlooked the small cadet waiting for me off to one side, wearing a perfectly pressed blue uniform and a large hat that looked as if he'd just swiped it from his father's closet. Before I could turn to look at him, he stuck his face so close to mine that I felt his nose dip into my ear. His nose just went inside my ear. Instinctively, I grabbed the side of my head and doubled over with ticklish laughter. I instantly regretted it as I straightened myself up. Too late. Ho, 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 we got a laugher over here. She can't maintain her bearing. You think that's funny, Basic? Yes? Not that I would say it out loud, but OMG, yes. It was hilarious. How was I supposed to maintain my bearing, whatever that was, when this little and loud Jersey-sounding stranger had just stuck his nose inside my ear? You think this is funny, Basic? You think we're here for your amusement? Damn, he is ferocious. I bit my lip to keep from nervously laughing. Two other uniforms answered Cadet Itty Bitty's mating call. Ha ha ha, giggle puss, eh? You think that's funny? What the mother chuck are you friggin' laughing at, shit can? Fear had shrunken my sphincter to the size of a shriveled currant. Perhaps it was a coping mechanism or a fear response that was allowing giggle bubbles to just surface from deep inside of me. Either way, I had to answer, "No, sir." I wondered if laughter was considered an honor code violation. I didn't think so, technically, considering we had not yet taken any kind of oath, unless that was one of the 14,000 papers I had signed that morning. Oh, you do not think it is funny, Basic? But you will laugh and shit for brains? My body froze like I was buffering, and the upperclassmen just stared at me for a beat, impatiently waiting to refresh my URL. I wasn't sure of anything. They took my silence as a concession. Then you do think it is funny? Shit. I started to gesticulate. No, sir. I mean, it's not funny, sir. What are you doing, Basic? Get your arms down. Are you allowed to use contractions? Get back at attention, you dumb loosey-goosey. Wow. The insults so far had sounded like my grandparents trying to speak emoji. Barely comprehensible, but definitely awkward and insulting. However, unlike my grandparents, the cadre, the cadet officers assigned to train us, had meant to insult, and they hurled their language with enough velocity that it stung. 4 more cadre members descended, each one fired off questions that added to my own personal hell. Yes, sir! No, sir! No, sir! Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. Yes, sir! Silence. I looked into the eyes of the uniformed cadet I'd just answered. She was pissed. Yes, ma'am! You think I look like a boy, Basic? How would you feel if I called you a boy, Basic? How would I feel? Well, I'd feel like I was back in elementary school, back when the elf shelf pixie, or as my father liked to call it, don't you want to look like a girl, goddammit, haircut, was sweeping the nation, and I was its poster child. If there was anything I understood, it was how shitty it felt to be mistaken for something that I was not, and I had just done that very thing to one of the women in charge of my training on my first day of college. Top Gun. Pardon me, sir. I'm finished. May I give you back the form for my dog tags? I handed the grizzled, gray-haired vet behind the counter back the form he had given me. His wool baseball cap said Army in gold letters and was adorned with various combat pins along the sides, hiding most of a jagged and salty sweat ring wrapping all the way around. He squinted at the completed form, then at me. Starting a little early, aren't you, son? His eyes pinged off me and landed on another older gentleman sitting behind the register. Don't think they're gonna believe you when you go to report for duty. They laughed and shook their heads. I ran my hands through my long pixie haircut and tucked it behind my ears, accentuating my gold earrings in each ear. I was finally starting to grow my hair out and dress more femininely. This wasn't supposed to